Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
And defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
New leadership of the Senate emerges amidst calls for a very productive 10th National Assembly.
What is needed is a total transformation and total coordination between legislators and the executive so that we can move this country.
And newly sworn-in senators unfold legislative agenda and pledge to cooperate with executive for the good of the country. Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Senate, the first in the life of the 10th Senate of the 4th Republic. Tuesday the 13th of June 2023 saw the inauguration of the 10th Senate, with senators-elect taking oath of allegiance. High point of that sitting was the emergence of Senator Godswill Akpabio as the new Senate President. Senator Barau Jibrin was also elected Deputy Senate President. Details of this historic session are contained in our episode of the program. I am Hussaina Amina Aboki, your regular host. Stay tuned after the break for the details of these and more. Don't go away.
The agenda of a lawmaker wants to make law
To ensure peace and security of this country.
My main aim is to do the core mandate.
Representation that will bring a lot of improvement.
The 10th Senate took off last week, Tuesday the 13th of June 2023, with the swearing-in of senators-elect as well as the emergence of the new leadership. It was a noteworthy occasion that will live on in the history of the nation's democracy. Let's have a report on that as compiled and presented from our studio.
In exercise of the powers bestowed upon me by Section 64.
At exactly 8 a.m. of Tuesday, the 13th of June 2023, senators-elect of the 10th Senate were seated in the Senate chambers of the Nigerian National Assembly. Reading now the proclamation issued by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to mark the first session of the 10th National Assembly, Clerk to the National Assembly, Alhaji Sani Magaji Tambuwal, kicked off proceedings of the inauguration ceremony.
I, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in exercise of the powers bestowed upon me by Section 64(3) aforesaid and of all other powers enabling me in that behalf, thereby proclaim that the first session of the 10th National Assembly shall hold at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 13th June 2023 in the National Assembly Complex, Abuja, given under my hand and the public seal of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at Abuja this second day of June 2023.
The reading of the proclamation by the President was followed by a roll call to ascertain the number of elected senators present.
Ishaku Elisha Cliff, Adamawa North. Yaro Dinos Dauda, Adamawa South.
At the end of the roll call, all 109 senators-elect of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria were present. Next was the election of the leadership. There were only two nominations made for the position of the President of the Senate. The first to be nominated was Senator Godswill Akpabio from Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District. He was nominated by Senator Ali Ndume from Borno South Senatorial District.
It is my utmost honor and privilege to now present to you His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio.
Senator Akpabio's nomination was then seconded by Senator Solomon Adeola Olamilekon from Ogun West Senatorial District, a nomination accepted by Senator Akpabio. The second nomination came from Senator Elisha Abo from Adamawa North Senatorial District, and his nominee was Senator Abdul Aziz Yari from Zamfara West Senatorial District.
I rise on my feet to nominate distinguished Senator-elect Abdulaziz Yari.
Senator Yari's nomination was seconded by Senator Jimo Folorunsho Ibrahim from Ondo South Senatorial District. After nominations were concluded, the clerk to the National Assembly conducted the election for the Senate President through secret ballot. The lawmakers cast their votes in alphabetical order. In no time, the voting was completed and counting began. At the end of the counting of the votes, Senator Abdulaziz Yari polled 46 votes to come second, while Senator Godswill Akpabio polled 63 votes, thereby emerging winner to become the Senate President. With the election over, Senator Godswill Akpabio was sworn in as the 15th President of the Nigerian Senate.
And prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I stand to nominate Senator Jibrin Barau.
Senator Barau Jibrin from Kano North Senatorial District was then nominated by Senator Dave Umahi for the position of Deputy Senate President, a nomination that was seconded by Senator Salihu Mustafa from Kwara Central Senatorial District. Senator Barau Jibrin accepted his nomination and was unopposed, thereby automatically clinching the seat of the Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate.
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
With the principal offices of the 10th Senate occupied, the inauguration of the senators-elect took place at exactly 10 a.m. While giving his acceptance speech, President of the 10th Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, thanked lawmakers for making him their choice, noting that the 10th Assembly will be about Nigerians.
This Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians. And so long as the policies that come to these chambers concern the empowerment and upliftment of Nigerians, we shall dwell and deliberate and then have robust debate on them with public hearings.
Senator Akpabio also said the 10th Senate will make laws that will attract direct foreign investment into Nigeria.
The current administration has brought about the acronym of renewed hope, and I think this Senate will join in ensuring a total renewal of hope for Nigerians where there seem to have been no hope. I had the opportunity of serving as a governor, and I warned my people who work with me that I do not still believe in politically motivated infrastructure. Therefore, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will ensure very serious oversight functions. We shall carry out very serious oversight functions to make sure that we do not waste the resources of the country.
Those were highlights of the inaugural sitting of the 10th Senate. We'll take a break here to open the Senate's notebook. Keep watching.
The Legislative Chamber is a revered hall used by parliamentarians across the world to enact laws, deliberate on issues and problems of constituents with a view to proffering solutions. It is a stage where legislative deliberations and actions are taken by the representative of the people to address the yearnings and aspirations of the citizenry. Legislators are protected from prosecution on account of remarks made in the chamber.
Glad to know you're still here. After the inauguration and swearing in of new members, Inside the Senate caught up with the immediate past president of the Senate, Senator Nat'l, and other senators of the newly inaugurated Senate to comment on the emergence of the new leadership. This is what they said.
For me, I have the role of ensuring that I contribute in whatever way I can to support them, the presiding officers particularly, but also in a way give some kind of support, of mentorship to some of our new colleagues who will need some direction and guidance. And I thank Almighty Allah that we have had a very successful tenure of 4 years between 2019 and 2023. Thank you very much.
I feel so happy because the election was seamless. It was very peaceful. It was very competitive, and we emerged with the person we need, the person we need for this particular time in the history of our nation.
I'm really happy that the senators have made a choice and that have chosen their Senate President and their Deputy Senate President. So I think from that we can now hit the ground running. We have a lot of expectations from Nigeria. So the most important thing is that once you're here, you are now a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not necessarily from your constituency where you're serving. And I believe that this 10th Senate will do a good job for the country.
Actually, this is a killing a responsible vote. The will of the people is prevail. No interference from anybody. It's only that we have a mandate and a responsibility. If you look at it critically, I am part and parcel of Akpabio campaign organization, which we have gone, we extend hand of friendship to all the political parties. So irrespective of political parties, we voted we voted him into the position.
The process was very transparent. I think it's democracy at work. And so I'm very happy about the outcome because, that's election. And for the country, we need balancing. And I think that came to play out here.
Some other senators also spoke on what the 10th Senate would focus on in terms of a legislative agenda.
A very acceptance speech of our Senate President. He has reiterated that this 10th Senate is going to be very uncommon. It's not going to be that, it's going to work with Nigerians, work with anybody and everybody, including the government that wants progress for Nigeria. And as this 10th Senate, like the next National Assembly, I was a member of House of Representatives. When we look at how many number of bills that were done, assented to, that became law, yes, it was very unprecedented. And even when you look at the profile of every member then in their constituency, what they contributed as in constituency projects, so it's very unimaginable. Then Mr. President, the Senate President now has even promised, and we know that this 10th Senate is going to beat the record of the next Senate. And then once that one is done, you can just imagine what is going to happen in the constituency.
We hope to ensure peace and security of this country, which is fundamental, and the economic development of the country. We wish to have a harmonious relationship with the executives so that we can achieve where others did not achieve, because Nigeria is blessed, has all the basic raw materials for development. What is needed is a total transformation and total coordination between legislators and the executive so that we can move this country. Under Tinubu, who has performed wonderfully in Lagos, I believe we will give him all the cooperation to make sure that Nigeria attain a sustainable, peaceful development.
Nigerians should expect a very vibrant Senate that will make robust legislations that is going to reflect the wishes and aspirations of Nigeria. This is especially so against the backdrop of the fact that the Senate is now consists of various political parties that have different ideologies. So at the end of the day, whatever resolution or bills that is going to be passed by the Senate will be a replica of the wishes and aspirations of the generality of Nigerians, because the Senate is composed of different political parties.
Every senator usually has a personal agenda which he or she intends to pursue in the next 4 years of their stay in the Senate. Some of them revealed their legislative agenda to us.
My agenda, the agenda of a lawmaker, one, to make law for the good of the nation, that is one. To oversight, that is oversight the executive. Then 3, to promote my constituency, my senatorial district, assist the constituents, bring projects to them. Then even through my own constituency projects, bring very good projects to them. Then assist the youth, assist the vulnerables, assist the women, and then help humanity. And then promote peace among our people.
A representation that will bring a lot of improvement on the welfare of our people through proper legislation. And this is what we have already started with today. And I want to be rest assured that in the next few days from now, they will start, those good wishes will start reflecting on my people.
Or I have to assess myself all through my legislative trajectory, and my main aim is to do the core mandates carry out the core mandates of the legislature, which is lawmaking, oversight, and representation. And I think I didn't do badly the last time. Did all these my outings within the legislature in the last 16 years for my constituency. I will add the greatest value this time because of the routine of experiences I have acquired already. So by the special grace of God, Abia Central will see a different thing from what they used to see positively within my senatorial district.
Inside the Senate also spoke to spouses of some of the senators for their goodwill messages.
He's been with Nexim Bank. He's been president of the Nigerian Export Promotion. He's been Nigerian Conservation President. So he has a lot of experience, apart from the fact he's a chartered accountant in the Guinness Book of Records. So in terms of his contribution to the Senate, technical contribution in committees and stuff, yes, he has a lot to give because he's really focused and achieves what he sets out to do.
I feel very grateful to God, and then I'm glad that he's there because he's ready to serve his people. By God's grace, I know that he'll be able to make his people proud in the 10th Senate. Well, what I'm looking forward to in the 10th Senate is a vibrant house that will be able to play their role as the separation of powers, They'll be able to do more of checks because you have 8 parties. It's not about 2 parties right now, but 8 parties. So it's going to be a very good house that will be able to take up the role of the check and balances for the executive.
You're still on to Inside the Senate. The Senate on Wednesday the 14th of June 2023 adjourned plenary to Tuesday the 4th of July 2023. Before the adjournment, it considered some motions for legislative action. Our next report brings you details of that first plenary. Do stay tuned.
The presidency in C informing him that
in a motion moved by the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibrin, he requested that the President and Commander-in-Chief be notified that a quorum of the Senate has been formed and that the presiding officers of the 10th Senate have been elected.
That the Senate do send a message to the presidency in C informing him that a quorum of the Senate has assembled and that the presiding officers of the 10th National Assembly of the Senate have been elected as follows. President of Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, Kano North. Mr. President, I so move.
The motion was voted on and adopted.
The ayes have it. To the Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives.
In another motion moved by the Deputy Senate President, he requested that the Senate do send a congratulatory message to the Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives on their election and that the Senate had elected its presiding officers. The motion was also voted on and adopted.
Those who are in support of the motion say aye, and those who are against the motion say nay. The ayes have it. Do send a message to the following international parliamentary bodies.
A third motion was also moved by the Deputy Senate President, requesting that the Senate do send a message to the international parliamentary bodies, informing them that a quorum of the Senate has been assembled and is ready to receive communications.
That this August Senate do send a message to the following international parliamentary bodies, informing them that the quorum of the Senate of the 10th National Assembly has assembled and is ready to receive any communication. 1. African Union, AU. 2. Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. 3. Inter-Parliamentary Union. 4. ECOWAS Parliament. 5. Pan-African Parliament. And 6. The Association of Senate, Shura, and equivalent council in Africa, and the Arab world. Mr. President, I so move.
The motion was also voted on and adopted. The fourth and final motion for the day was again moved by Senator Barau Jibrin for the adjournment of plenary to the 4th of July 2023. The motion was voted on and adopted. Following this, the 10th Senate adjourned for a period of 3 weeks to give the legislators time to settle down.
Glad to have you back. Just how much do you know about the person and experience of the new Senate President? Inside the Senate dedicates the next segment to unveiling the new Senate President.
Senator Godswill Akpabio was born on the 9th of December 1962. He attended Methodist Primary School, Ukana, Asian Udim Local Government Area, Akwa Ibom State, where he obtained his first leaving school certificate. For his West African Secondary School certificate, he attended the Federal Government College, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and the University of Calabar, Cross River State, where he obtained a degree in law. Senator Akpabio had a brief stint as a teacher before practicing as an associate partner with Paul Usoro & Co., a Nigerian law firm. He also worked with Emis Telecoms Limited, a wireless telecommunications company in Lagos, Nigeria. In 2002, he rose to the position of the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the company. Between 2002 and 2006, Senator Akpabio served as a commissioner in 3 key ministries: Petroleum and Natural Resources, Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, as well as Lands and Housing, under the then Governor Obong Victor Atta in Akwa Ibom State. In 2007, he was elected Governor of Akwa Ibom State and was re-elected for a second term in 2011. In 2015, he contested and won the Senate seat of the Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District to represent the district in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And on 21st of August 2019, he was sworn in as Minister for Niger Delta Affairs. In June 2022, Akpabio resigned from his position as Minister for Niger Delta Affairs to contest in the presidential primaries of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, but stepped down on the night of the primaries for the eventual winner, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A few days after the presidential primaries, he emerged as the senatorial candidate for Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District. On 13th June 2023, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the uncommon transformer as he is called, was elected President of the 10th Senate of Nigeria after polling 63 votes to defeat Senator Abdul Aziz Yari, a former governor of Zamfara State, who scored 46 votes.
On behalf of the production crew of Inside the Senate, I say a big congratulations to the newly sworn-in senators. We will continue to faithfully bring you highlights of events as they unfold in the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Until I come your way again, enjoy the rest of your week.